Bill, um, okay, so Columbus, 1492, lands on America, and we don't really then have the first colony until 1607, Jamestown. So somebody said to me, what happened in that century? You know what happened in that century? Martin Luther, at the beginning of that century, said there's an alternative to
There was
Catholicism.
95 theses that were
Not nailed on the door of Wittenberg in 1517. And for the next 100 years, they just killed each other all over Europe.
Well, we would say that Satan is a deceiver. He is a liar, and he wants to divide the body of Christ up the same way he divides families up. Satan doesn't want to see things whole, want to see things together, and sin is a big issue with that. And free will, right? Because if you're a human and you have free will and you can get power like Jim Jones and make your people's church, and then you can do things, and then are you going to just blame God? Or was it you the whole time making decisions based on your lust, based on your desires, on what you wanted? And then you're going to throw up your hands and then say, well, that was a true Christian and he represents Jesus. No, really what represents Jesus is Jesus, because none of us are ever going to be like Jesus, at least here on earth, right? We're trying to be like Jesus, and that's what it is to be a Christian. But it's not that we're going to be sanctified here. We're like in sanctification. We're in a process of sanctification. We're never completing that process on earth here. We complete that process after this life. Well, unless you live through revelation, then I guess you don't really have to live through this life. You're going to be caught up in heaven, but we're getting too deep in tangents. That's not necessarily true. Yes, Martin Luther posted up